If there is no origin of feathers in flight, then evolution logically cannot be possible. Of all of the species of life, those with the ability of flight are among the most awesome. Bette Midler performed the popular song Wind Beneath My Wings at the 1990 Grammy Awards, where it won Record of the Year and Song of the Year. The physicists in the crowd were freaking out that night because it is not the wind beneath the wings that give lift for flight. It is the wind over the wings. The physics of flight is well understood. This is known by all pilots as the Bernoulli effect, which is taught in every first-year university physics class. The details of these principles are not important for us to understand. The shape of a wing, although essential for flight, is only one of the many requirements of flight. Obviously, the ability to fly is a rather unique characteristic which requires the simultaneous presence of a vast array of features of birds. Here is a summary of some of the physical requirements that allow a bird to fly. Morphology is a term used in science to study shapes and structures. The Journal of Morphology published the article Do Feathered Dinosaurs Exist?, testing the hypothesis on neontological and paleontological evidence to consider the origin of birds and avian flight. This verifies the lack of understanding of the origin of birds in flight, which is described as being among the most contentious issues in paleobiology. The journal Science published the similar article, An Integrative Approach to Understanding Bird Origins, where the research into bird origins tried to answer key evolutionary questions and to lead to new research directions. They concluded with suggestions for future research so we can all have a better understanding of bird origins. More focused research specifically on feathers published in the journal Experimental Dermatology in the article Regenerative Metamorphosis in Hairs and Feathers noted that the origin of these skin mini-organs is a fascinating yet poorly understood topic in the evolutionary biology. The type of feather found in most modern birds is called a pennaceous feather. Scientists have studied this type of feather and flight and published the article New Specimen of Archaeopteryx provides insights into the evolution of pennaceous feathers in the journal Nature. These scientists discuss how the biological context under which pennaceous feathers evolved is still debated, and present what they feel is important new data on the origin and early evolution of feathers. However, they conclude that the origin of flight in avialons was more complex than previously thought, and might have involved several convergent achievements of aerial abilities. Feathers are only one of the many physical and physiologic conditions required for flight, and all of these are necessary conditions for evolution to be true. It is a published fact in peer-reviewed scientific journals that the origin of feathers in flight is unknown. You do not need to be an ornithologist, a morphologist, or a paleobiologist to soar to the heights of realization. If there is no origin of feathers in flight, then evolution logically cannot be possible.